Spaghetti. Spaghetti. What's going on, guys? You Auto Scotty. The classroom is in session. I'm going to bring you guys on a little update with the progress on the exhaust manifold bolts. We're still going. Anyway, so I didn't do any filming yesterday because I needed to put some speed on. I need to get some serious progress happening here. I don't want to be like last summer. I literally spent my entire summer wrenching on this thing. I prefer to actually do some fun things this summer as opposed to just fixing things all summer. Fingers crossed. Made some okay progress yesterday, but let me bring you up to speed with what I did yesterday. So let's have a look. So what I decided to do is I decided to take another crack at technique of welding a nut onto the stud, which I did. As you can see, there's a lot of flux everywhere, residue. Here's one nut that I did. My welding is bad. And if you look at the other side, I essentially filled the nut up with weld, but it's got, you know, I did this one, which was significantly better, but again, this kind of filled the nut up with metal and didn't stick to the stud. So I don't know if I'm doing something wrong here, but I'm gonna leave this for another day and just think about that. Take my time. Okay, yeah. So I decided to give that side a break, but just for motivational sake, I started working on this side. As you can see, I took the tire off. This plate here that we're looking at here, when I first started working on this RV, I didn't know that came off. So as you can see, there's all kinds of foam here. Most Canadian motorhome manufacturers just put foam everywhere in the wheel wells and all that, and it's a disaster because it actually makes things rust more. It really causes some problems. That bolt off there, busted that off, no problem. Got this bolt off up here. That one I got off with the mini ductor, and that one is actually not a problem because it's not attached to that plate. That one there is going to be a huge problem. I'll probably cut that off, and I still don't know like how I'm going to get this guard off, but I think I'm going to end up cutting it. This guard actually does come off, and I've seen it come off with other P30 motorhomes from different manufacturers, but for whatever reason Vanguard decided to put a bunch of bodywork around where the fasteners are for this plate. Probably just the way they manufactured it, but it actually makes it so that this is impossible to take off. So I actually have no choice but to cut it off. Okay, I'm doing this all wrong. I just don't like cutting in here with the cutting wheel. It's just sparks everywhere, and I don't know that that's the right tool. So let's try something else. Alright, here's what we need right here. Use this old bad boy. This old Mastercraft 6 amp. And let's see. I don't know why I didn't think of this. Obviously, we should use Sawzall. So let's get a blade in there and let's rock and roll. So this plate here was previously covered in this expanding foam stuff. It was hiding all the fasteners, so that's why I didn't know that it came out. So I've removed all the foam off of it to expose the fasteners, which made me realize that it came out. Well, last summer I actually replaced the master cylinder in this motorhome with this plate still in. I can't even imagine how I did that, but it was backbreaking. But this plate is supposed to be able to come in and out easily, but the way they've built this motorhome around the P30 chassis, a lot of the fasteners for this plate are hidden under all kinds of plywood and carpet, and I'd have to really dig in there to get this thing out without cutting it. It's kind of baffling actually, because it's crucial that this guard be able to come on and off the chassis easily in order to service the motorhome. So unless they were thinking that the spark plug wires and spark plugs and exhaust manifold and belts and everything were just going to last forever, seems like really silly to, you know, cement this thing onto the motorhome. But, you know, hey, that's maybe how the Canadian motorhome manufacturers do it. But yeah, we're going to cut it out. Wow, that is not a pleasant job. So the only thing holding this on right now is one last fastener. This fastener is a 14 millimeter held on the other side of the frame by a welded on square nut. The other problem is this fastener is so rusted that it is now no longer a 14 millimeter socket. The only socket that will fit on and grab onto it is a 1/2 inch. Yeah, so that gives you an idea of what kind of condition this bolt head is in. And honestly, I think it has a lot to do with the foam just trapping moisture underneath there and all that kind of stuff. What you're gonna see is I need to like chip away at this foam because I can't even really get a ratchet on there. So I've got to actually like chip away at it to get some room to get a ratchet in. And also, if you've been following my channel, you would have seen that I bought a new tool recently, which is the mini ductor. And what you're going to see here is the perfect demonstration of why this tool is so awesome. I would have struggled with this bolt for ages previously, but you're going to see the mini ductor is going to make quick work of it. Okay, here's one of the best things about this tool, and you know, you can bend these coils in any orientation you want. And right now, got to get in there and around to get out of bolts. So, you know, it was really hard to get a torch in there. So. Worth its weight in gold. That's a good example right there, folks. Where this thing comes in handy. And it does a really good job at stuff like that. So I'm glad I got that situation on camera. That was a really rusted bolt. So mini ductor is a really good tool. That would have been a nightmare to get out. So, all right, let's see if we can get this thing off now. There we go. Never thought I'd see the day. And there we are, folks. Really happy about that. I've got all kinds of access to. Now we can really do some good work. Now that we've got that removed, we can get to the this master cylinder a whole hell of a lot easier. Actually, I have some work to do on that as well. I didn't really bleed that properly last year, so that gives us, now that plate's out of the way, gives us an opportunity to of course, yeah, get at the other end of the engine here, and yeah, so okay, moving forward, and anyways, mini ductor for the wind. That was a ninja mini ductor. This guy right on the back here. We got full access now, and see, we got better view of some of the pulleys and hoses and connections and all that kind of stuff. So this is going to help out huge for all kinds of things. And who knows, I might even leave this plate off. What I'll do right now is I'll start soaking these bolts in liquid wrench, getting them all prepped for removal. And stay tuned to the channel, and we're going to get to removing the manifold on this side of the engine very shortly. So I'm going to clean up. A little bit of success there for today, so that's great. And we'll see you soon.